Hey, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co., and this is a slightly unusual video for the channel. This is not really a review, it's not really a preview, it's more of a showcase of something that I think is kind of cool. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is basically for Mega Dungeons, the Mines of Silverdeep. I have it open on the screen over there. Mega Dungeons, the Mines of Silverdeep. It's an active crowdfunding campaign. I'll have a link to it down below, and it's basically from Dungeon in a Box, the people who make Skinny Minis. I've bought Skinny Minis before not because I'm actually an RPG player, but because my kids like miniatures, and this is something that they can have an absolute ton of them at a very reasonable price point for a bunch of acrylic. Like, I'll show you some of these things over here. It's like, this is just from some of the stuff I bought before. I have boxes of the stuff, honestly, more than I ever needed. But you basically have like little acrylic miniatures. In fact, let's zoom in and show you a few of these first, just because why not? Let's show you more of the things you can get your hands on. So we have some random miniatures. We also have larger miniatures. I don't have the stand for this one, but you just kind of have these like colored acrylic miniatures that you can put down and place whatever you want, and just have little people fighting it out. So you have a little archer over here. Let's show you that. So you got our archer. We have a little like another knight over here. The variety is insane. Like I have, oh, it just fell out of the, one second, it fell out of the thingy. Oops, that was too aggressive. Let's put that back in there. We have this guy over here. I have hundreds of these. Is that a foxtail? It's a foxtail. Is that a Kitsune? It's a Kitsune warrior. Oh my gosh, let's show the other side. Let's show you the other side of the Kitsune warrior. There you go. Happened to grab a Kitsune warrior. Makes sense. My son loves these. He was probably playing with this intentionally. So anyways, I have boxes of the stuff. I have like probably like 1,000 Skinny Minis, maybe 500. I have a large number of these things. Anyways, point is that for Mega Dungeon over here, they reached out because they know I've covered this stuff in the past. They reached out and they're like, hey, we have a crowdfunding campaign for a bunch of large scrolling maps. That's this thing you see on the table. And I've tried one of these once from another company. Don't remember where it was. But again, they're cool. They're cool, giant scrolling maps. I'm not even an RPG player. I think I've said that already, but I'm not an RPG player. These are just cool maps that kind of slowly expand out, giving you, well, huge maps. That's the whole premise of the huge map thing. Oh, I'm too zoomed in. Let's zoom out a bit so we can see the full map again now that we're not done with the miniature. And this is basically a giant scrolling map that you can then put your figures on and have a little adventure party. So we're going to roll this out over here. I'm just going to show you the whole thing. That's what this video is. This video is going to be like a 5-minute video. Probably going to be more than that, but whatever. It's going to be not a long video showing you the scrolling map over here because it's a giant scrolling map. It's a two-sided giant scrolling map. I don't know if we covered that, but it's two-sided. Everything here is, you know, double-sided. I can show you that part soon. Let's do one side at a time. Although I actually haven't even unrolled this yet fully, so I actually haven't thought through the rolling it the other direction part, whatever. Anyways, we have a mine over here. This is like, you know, this is the situation. You got a giant map on the table for your people to be involved in a RPG. Or, in the case of my kids, literally just playing with miniatures on the table as they adventure further and further through the mines, trying to have whatever's going on, well, go on. You can't even see these guys from the top camera, but they're like here, front camera. You can see, front camera. You can see them all. You can see them all. Let's put a bunch of these over here. We have a larger base flaming skeleton. That makes sense because they're going to encounter a flaming skeleton. I mean, it's a mine. What do you expect? We have someone with a bit of a hook. This guy looks like he's been dungeon diving. We have our campaign. Again, either just playing with things or playing your RPG. But I think these maps are a cool concept. So what I'm going to show you this entire map. We have the miniatures. We'll put those off to the side. This is, I mean, you can buy miniatures in the campaign. Less about that. But I'm just going to show you this map. Then I'll show you the other side of the map. I believe they have 5 of these, which I think means 10 sides. Meaning I know the math. 5 times 2 is 10. I'm good at math. But good at math. I can do 5 times 2. But I don't fully. Let's go through it. Let's just show you this over here. You can check out the campaign page. I'll have it down below as well, so you can you know, see all of that. But you basically, as long as your table is, you can just keep scrolling, going through these very long maps. I don't know exactly how long they are. I think they're like 10 feet long, maybe longer. You can check the campaign page for that information. But we're just going to scroll through this. This box over here is getting in the way. Let's just do that. We can scroll through. I'm just trying to not make too much noise. So if we do this over here, we got more of our map slowly unrolling. It's got to be closer to 10 feet. It can't be 25 feet. There's no way this is 25 feet. This is probably like a 10-foot map. Maybe a 12-foot map, just judging based on how much table space I'm slowly getting to. We have a bunch of beds over here. We have all the mines, the various caverns. Like, if you're an RPG player, this kind of thing is gold. And I've only ever seen one other company that makes this. I'm sure there's others. I've only seen one other company that does it, though. Oh, look, we got lots of trains over here on this side. There we go. Let's scroll this along. And then we got... Let's scroll this more. I'm not winding it as tightly as I should. That's what we have. That's your map on the side, which means now we're going to try to roll it up and try to do the other side so you can see the other side of this, because I got 2 I can show you. So we can scroll this way. We're just doing the exact same thing, but just the other direction. So now let's get this out first fully, because that will make our life a lot easier. And then we just show you this side. So same exact conversation, but now it's just rolling from the top down instead. And we have an entirely different setting. And again, obviously, the more of these you have, the more settings you have. I think I said this already, but I think they have 5 in the campaign. And then we just start scrolling now. So it's going to make small little degrees of background noise, but you'll be able to slowly see all the scenario, the terrain. Obviously, you're not going to be trying to rapidly expand the whole map when you're normally playing with your friends. This is just the nature of me trying to show you all this, which I'm realizing didn't go as smoothly as I wanted, more so because of the shuffling noise. Is that like a beheaded bug? It looks like a beheaded bug. Okay, like there's detail in these things. So yeah, this is basically what it is. It's from Skinny Minis. It's from Dungeon in a Box. We got more grubs over here. There's like, I like the other map better. Those mines, the color palette, the terrain pieces. I like the other map better for sure. But again, they have 5 of these on the campaign page. That's 10 different maps to scroll through. If my math is right on how they did this over here, but I think it is because I have the number 5 in my head. And that means it couldn't have been 2 times 2.5. That wouldn't work. So it must have been 5 times 2. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. We have more bugs. We have a giant magic circle over here. We have some whatever this, like this, I'm not sure what's going on here. Something's being picked. I would say lemons or apples, but like that's like not, this is not lemons and apples. So whatever's in this cart is cabbage. Is it cabbage? I don't know. That's the cabbage cart. The cabbage cart is the thing. It's another beheaded bug, another giant beheaded bug. These caverns are treacherous, full of giant animals. Anyways, that's it. That's basically all I have to show you over here. I think these are very cool. That's why to me, they reached out, they asked, do you want to cover this? I said, I don't really do RPGs, but I think this stuff is really cool, so I'm happy to showcase on the channel, because if you do RPGs, this is very cool. I think the only other use case is if you have kids or yourself that likes playing with miniatures on the table. Both of those work. I don't know if this is useful for a board game, and I grant you, most of my audience is board game focused. This is going to have a very specific who benefits from this product, but there are a lot of you out there who benefit from the product because the campaign's already doing pretty well. So there are a lot of people who want it. I just don't know how many people are watching this video. Anyways, that is basically your, what's it called again? Maps, Mega Dungeon, The Mines of Silverdeep. I just didn't remember the name. I don't have a box on the table. Mega Dungeon, The Mines of Silverdeep from Skinny Minis, Dungeon in a Box. You can check out the campaign page down below. These are pretty decently big, so you are going to want to have storage space for them. Like, if you have things that hold onto playmats, this may not work the same way that you want it to. It depends on the size you have. But depending on your storage options, you can probably get this somewhere. Anyways, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope this was useful to showcase this in some sense, or at least bring it to your attention in another sense. And as always, until next time, I hope you have a good one.